Hello, everyone. So it is my honor to welcome you all to the first seminar of the Aspire4Impact project. I'm Demir from 6429. I'm the team captain of Fourth Dimension, and today we as six First Impact finalist teams will present to you about the topic of project creation process. So, this seminar is done with the collaboration of 1511 Rolling Thunder, 3990 Tech for Kids, 5614 Team Sycamore, 6429 Fourth Dimension, 6652 Tigris, 6865 Manitoulin Metal. So, welcome to the Aspire4Impact seminar series once again. All of the seminars will be conducted at Sundays, 11 a.m. with Eastern Time, and the next seminar will be on 17th of November, next week today, on project documentation. And please be aware that all of these meetings will be recorded and we keep the right to publish them. No personal information will be recorded, like your team number, your team, your name, but please be aware that if you ask any questions through chat or through the chat or through opening your microphone, using your microphone, then we have the right to publish it. And speaking of questions, we're here to mentor you all. We're here to answer your questions. We're here to guide you. So please don't hesitate, but we'll appreciate it if you can guys all wait till the end of the seminar. I'm sorry. So let's hear it from them. 1511.
All right, I'll go first. So my name is Kevin Pham, and I am a new student this year on Team 1511.
My name is Colston Gale. I'm on 1511's leadership team and in my third year on 1511.
I am Shakir. I'm from Team Sycamore, and we won Impact Finalist in 2024.
Hi, I'm Maya, also from Team Sycamore, and yeah.
Hi,
everyone.
I'm
sorry, you can go first.
I'm Maud from Team 3990. It's also my first year in the team.
Hi, welcome everyone. I'm Jeran. This is my first year in 6439. I am at Awards and Advertising sub-team.
Hi, my name is Uda and I'm from Team 3990.
As I said, I'm Demir. I'm the team captain of 6429.
Hi, my name is Mariama and I'm from Team 3990.
So are we done? All right.
I'm Yana Bauer. I'm from 6865. I'm the lead mentor on our team.
I'm Robin, and I am the media lead for 6865 Manitoulin Metal.
So welcome everyone. Thank you guys for coming here today, and let's take a quick look at today's top topics. So as you know, every team selected the sub-team they feel the most confident at it, and ours is project steps and STEAM education. So which steps do we take when we're developing a new project? First, of course, we determine our target group. We always try to find the best target group to make our outreach. And that takes us to the second step, deciding the most efficient way of outreach. I will give you two example cases in order to make it more understandable. For instance, let's say that there is a group of primary school students that have limited access on specific topic of education. We try to provide them that education that feel they have limited access by face-to-face interactive sessions. They can ask us some questions, get involved to the project, or get to know us a bit more, or maybe inspired by the projects that we have done, or we also have some fun activities or experiments in our projects. So I guess that makes it more memorable for the child's mind if we have make it more in a more fun way, face to face. That makes it an intensive outreach, we believe. The other way of outreach is usually using social media platforms such as our Instagram or YouTube accounts to reach a wider amount of people. Then our third step is incorporating the efforts with first values and STEAM education. We believe that a way to stand out a bit more is to incorporate the first values and STEAM education. That makes your team shine a bit brighter, makes it more advantage, I can say. But of course, every team and every project idea is so valuable and so innovative. But again, having the first values and STEAM values in your project makes it more outstanding, more remarkable in the judge's mind. Then we find a suitable name for the project, assemble a group, job sharing the tasks. Then we contact the collaborators, and then finally executing the project happens. My teammates really will go on.
So, as Jaran said, we'll focus on incorporating the efforts with STEAM education today at 6429. So, but how does Fourth Dimension create unique ideas? So, we believe this seminar series is a great way to get to know with how each team works. So, our team encourages new ideas, supports its rookie members to create new ideas. It is our priority to have, of course, sustainable projects, and projects that go on for years are valuable, of course, but new ideas are as valuable as they. So encouraging new ideas, we try to explain all of our previous projects to our new members so that they can have a more comprehensive idea of what our projects look like. And then we like to brainstorm. We highly encourage brainstorming. So because we have an idiom in Turkish, a mind is superior to another mind. So it's not that someone is more skilled in creating new ideas, creating new project ideas, but at certain time, some people might be overwhelmed by creating new ideas, but sometimes it is good to have someone to talk, and then you can brainstorm and create new ideas, and then we get our feedback from our mentors, which is very valuable. And then we try to involve our rookie members to the project so that they can so that the wisdom can be passed on, so that they can have the idea of how to create a project. So we try to involve our rookie members as much as we can, and then we evaluate and analyze how much it can be done. So as I said, I believe everyone knows what STEAM stands for: science, technology. Some say STEM, some say STEAM, some say STEM plus A, but they are at the core same things. So integrating STEAM education. This part, I don't know if you can see, but the part on the left is directly coded from the Chairman's Award Judging Guidelines, Impact Award Judging Guidelines. So inspiring the STEM future. The Impact Award is judged over 3 categories, and 1 is solely based on STEM. So the 3 parts is on inspiring others on STEM, trying to your effort on popularizing the STEM and STEAM education in your local and global community. And then the last one is on impact of team on first participants. So the judges like to see that the team members are personally interested in STEM. So STEAM and STEM, it definitely plays a crucial role in every award, every part of the competition. So how to integrate STEAM education into our projects. So we first analyze, I believe Manitoulin will talk about the SWOT analysis. I'm not sure. So they will talk about the SWOT analysis, but we try to analyze, we also use SWOT analysis, and they will explain that further. So we try to analyze what have we done, so the idea that we currently have, how is it connected to the first values, how is it connected to STEAM education, is its base based on STEAM, is its foundation based on STEAM education. So we try to analyze the weaknesses, and then we brainstorm again after the project idea is not completely done, but we have a current idea that can be that is feasible, but we try to brainstorm and enhance it as much as we can, and then we try to increase 2 things. One thing is, as I said, rookie involvement, and then we try to increase involvement of the participants in the projects. Like, for example, if it's a middle school group, then we try to increase their participation so that they can be inspired to be a part of the STEM community, a part of engineering community, so that they will have the impact on themselves. So, Manitoulin, you have the.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm the media lead and illustrator for 6865, and there's a lot to consider when you're trying to create an amazing project. And just basically, like, the title, it has to be something that like will grab people's attention, and then you need, like, what is your project, why do you want to do it, and what do you want it to, what's the outcome that you want. And then you need to think about what you're going to need to pull it off, and then you're going to try to get it out there. And then you're going to, like, need to guide the project and make it, actually work, and then schedule milestones and deadlines so everything stays on track, and then evaluate as you go, and make sure you take a lot of documentation. And then finally, SWOT project analysis. So strengths, weaknesses, and then opportunities and threats. So like I said before, SWOT analysis and contingency planning is, like, very crucial for your project.
All right. So my name is Kevin Pham.
And my name is Cole Stingale.
Hang on, we want to show an example. We're just waiting for control so I could share screen. Thank you.
So here's our project creation template, and then this is for our Robo Friends book series. So we have the project title, and then the project brief, like what do we want it for, and our need statement, exactly what I said before, and then our goals, evaluation requirements and resources, and then our plan for getting it out there, and, like, what our audience wants from it.
Maybe you can read those through, Robin?
So, for our goals, our high level goal was to promote STEM and literacy for youth in our community. And then our high level goal was to fundraise for our team. And then another low level goal was sell at least 1,000 books, reach 1,000 kids and families, and then reach 100 schools and libraries. And then for our evaluation, sales numbers and revenue, pictures and feedback for elementary schools and libraries. And then our requirements and resources that we needed was Amazon KDP for online sales and initial funds to purchase the first run of 100 and dedicated time to work on the book. For me, that took a lot more time than I was expecting. So like you have to be realistic with yourself when you have such a huge project. And then our promotion and marketing, we had a book launch at our school, and then I was posting everywhere on our social media, and we even had it in our local newspaper and press release from the school board and copies for elementary schools and libraries where we did book readings. So that was pretty fun. And then our key stakeholders, our project lead, my very cool friend Alex, she wrote the book and I illustrated. And then one of my classmates edited the text, and then our very wonderful mentor put everything together for us. And our strengths were definitely in generating engaging ideas. Me and Alex are very creative when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I love art so much. So this was almost a perfect activity for me. And then our opportunities, parents and community were wanting something that was a little bit simpler to get their kids more into STEAM. And we thought, hey, why don't we do a book? So there we go. And our weaknesses were definitely time and need to adjust the publication date. Like I said, it took me a lot longer to actually get all of the work done, like all the art done with school and other extracurriculars. And then our threats were illness, shipping costs and time, and then consider shipping to family in Toronto to get the books. So that there was a lot going on. Oh yeah, and then our target dates were the start date was September 2023. Our manuscript was finished in October, and then illustrations were supposed to be finished in early November, and then layout was supposed to be finished in late November, and then editing and initial reading was early December. And then like everything was pretty on track, besides the illustrations needing a little bit of tweaking for time. So yeah. Also, for a while we were our books were the was the #1 engineering and STEM for children book on Amazon. So I thought that was pretty amazing.
Do you want to mention what you have in the works now?
Yeah, sorry. Right now I'm working on the illustrations for our second book, Robo Friends and the Beach Day. And that book will be targeting a bunch of fun new topics that may or may not have to go with this year's theme.
So we'll
And
move on.
I'm gonna
with-
post in the chat the template link if anyone would like to grab a copy of that link.
So we'll move on with 1511. You have the mic.
All right. Looks like our title got a bit messed up, but that's all right. All right. So as stated before, my name is Kevin Pham.
And my name is Colston Gale.
And we are representatives from Team 1511 Rolling Thunder from Penfield, New York. When planning and organizing a project, it is essential to ensure that your project meets and spreads the values critical to the foundations of FIRST. Our mission today is to teach you exactly how to do that. But what does this mean? Well, let's start by discussing how to incorporate the official values of FIRST into the project design process. Discovery, innovation, inclusion, teamwork, fun, and impact.
To start, let's discuss discovery. Emphasize exploring new skills and ideas. Creating a project brings challenges, but ensure your members know the importance of perseverance and commitment. Find the needs and gaps of your project, pinpoint potential problems, areas of improvement, and hidden opportunities.
This leads us into the next first value, innovation. Encourage creativity and originality in your team. Imagine a blank picture with a brightly colored center. What stands out more, the picture or that vibrant spot? When brainstorming, push out unique solutions that will make your team eye-catching in a dull background. Push boundaries. That is what will make your team stand out in FIRST.
Next, inclusion and teamwork. Project design is not a solo endeavor. It requires clear communication and collaboration. Think of your team like a car. If your car has clashing wheels pulling in different directions, it will only make progress slow, chaotic, and inefficient. The value of a team depends on relying on each other's strengths to bring the team's ideas to life. Fostering trust, encouraging open communication, setting clear goals and roles. These are the trademarks of an efficient team.
The next value is an obvious one that many teams unfortunately forget. Fun. FIRST is a celebration of learning and creation, which is often forgotten as projects become too ambitious and stressful. A study by the University of Warwick in the US proved that people were over 12% more productive when they had higher levels of happiness at work. That is a huge free boost that a lot of teams are missing. Be flexible when working on your project. Incorporate team building activities, celebrate your milestones or achievements, and promote a mindset that balances work with moments of play. It is up to you to build a happy working environment that ensures an engaged, positive, and productive team.
Now, on to our last point, impact and spreading FIRST. Aim to develop projects that affect your community and inform others about FIRST. While it may seem like a daunting task, it really boils down to three ideas: outreach, education, and engagement. These are the core principles you must consider when making an event that spreads FIRST.
To better understand these ideas, we gave specific examples of how we used each to specifically engage with kids in our community. Let's begin with outreach. To really understand outreach, ask yourself two questions. Who is your target audience, and how do you effectively leave them interested in FIRST? For example, our team is dedicated to inspiring the next generation to get into FIRST, so we do demos that display our robots to the kids in our community. Children are drawn to robots. When I was a kid, I was deeply fascinated by how a machine could mimic human behaviors, like picking up objects or moving around. It's one of the main reasons I joined 1511 in the first place. So when we create STEAM-related events in our community, we are proactively spreading awareness of FIRST to kids while giving them a fun and interactive experience.
Next, education. We educate children about STEAM to foster participation in our events and the FIRST community. To further emphasize FIRST to kids at our demos, our team members hand out flyers and answer any questions about our robots that kids or adults may have. Furthermore, we hold informative and dynamic presentations to give children in elementary schools a chance to get exposure to FIRST. During last year's STEAM Week event that our team run, it was based off of a day that we passed in New York State, and we gave a lecture about STEAM to all 4 elementary schools in our district, leading to an influx of kids who wanted to join their school's FLL teams.
Finally, engagement. Hook the audience in so they are invested in learning more about FIRST. hands-on experimentation, immersive games. You must make your experience memorable and enjoyable if you want to leave a lasting impact on your target audience. A study published on ResearchGate found students who engaged with interactive digital learning tools showed a 27.5 improvement in retention rates compared to those who use traditional text-based methods. Think of reading, taking notes, the boring stuff you probably have done in class before. The same thing applies to your events. Create memorable experiences that will drive your audience to take part in first and keep them coming back to your events.
Engagement requires creativity and innovation, which is what led us to create our junior driver's licenses. It's a specific way we engage with our community by offering kids a chance to drive our showcase robot if they keep coming back to our demos.
By embracing first values into your project design process and implementing effective strategies to spread first, you increase the likelihood of success for your project while creating an incredibly positive impact on your community and first.
Now we hand the presentation to Team 6652 to talk about prototyping and predicting.
Hello. We are from Tigger 652, and we are going to talk about the prototyping way that we use on the team and about how to define a problematic. First of all, what is a prototype? A prototype is experimental way. It's experimental way to represent an idea. What does it mean? Something important then that I want you to know is that a prototype does not necessarily have to be something physical. It also can be a study way. It can be a methodology to make events. It can be so much things. Something that happens when we start on the project, all the project creation, is that we think that prototype has to be something technologically advanced, and it doesn't have to be that way necessarily. It can be, but it also can be so much things. On Tigris, we use the can you to the other page, please? Can
The
you
next.
the past?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. On Tigris, we use the human created design, that it's just one way to design. There exists more ways, but we use this because this is the most nearly to the people, and it is confirmed by 3 steps. The first one is the inspiration, that during this stage, you'll understand people's needs, you will observe their lives, listen to their hopes, and together with the community, find inspiration. What does that mean? You are going to connect with the people. You are going to, once you know who is your goal audience, or you will be near to him, and you're going to talk with him. And something that happens when we start on this is that we see some we see a group and we think like, oh yeah, they have this problem, and I think I can solve it this way. But the only people that know how to solve that problem are the people that are living the problem. So that's why it's very important to be near to him. The second step is the ideation. In this step, you will analyze the information guaranteed in the previous stage. You'll brainstorm and generate different ideas to check the problem, and now you'll shape these ideas and test them through prototyping. Can you go to the last again, please? To the back. No, yeah. As you can see, there's a learning loop on on the line, in which we are prototyping and testing again and again and again. Why we do this? Because when we make a project, the first prototype that we do, it's so much hard that it works to the first. So we prototype it and we test it over and over again till it works. And how do we know that it works? We know that works asking the people. We know that works being near to him and making questions like, okay, you think that this prototype or this idea can help you with this problem? If they say yes, very good. If you say yes, but you can be better in this, or I will change this. This could help me, and you prototype again, you test again, you prototype again, till you have a good prototype that you can finally implement. And that's how we come to the last step, that is implementation. Now that you found the solution, you need to put it into action. Engage with the community and start implementing. Measure your results, listen to the community feedback, and maximize your impact. This is like the most simple step. Once you have your final prototype, you go with the people and you find a way to make it cheaper, to make it reachable to the people. Like if it's something that you're gonna sell, you find a way that it would be like not expensive, and if you're gonna donate it, that it's the way that we work. You find a way that it doesn't represent like a big cost to the team, and well, you see with you can tell with yeah, with some people that would like to I don't know how to say it in English, but I'm gonna say like to give you money, like enterprises, or yeah, and yeah, that's the way how you implement it. Yeah, a sponsor. Thank you. Yeah, and then we have the output formats. What is an output formats? The output formats are the ways in which you can present your results. They could include diagrams, reports, graphics, or functional models. The purpose is to show you how the solution would work, so you can adjust in your specific community before finalizing the product. Some of the Tigres output formats are on our project Camo, that it's a project that transforms the air into water. It's a gadget. On a student guard, that it's a project that shows you like the most dangerous zones around the school. It's a heat map, because on the most dangerous zones it puts like red. In the less dangerous zones it's green, and yeah, you know. On Sustain It Up, that it's a project that in which we talk to the people who doesn't know about the ODS. Yeah, we talk about it and we make events, and yeah. And for example, that it's something that I like too much on EduTrack, that it's a project in which we We give some courses and classes to a school that is one of the top 5 worst schools on Mexico. We give them classes and we try to make them be near to the STEAM. We are working on a prototype that it's like a study guild, like a study like a I don't know how to say it, but it's a study program in which we are gonna make all the topics during a year, and we are going to year by year giving it to the school, and yeah, there's some examples of the formats, but that exist a lot. And basically, the output formats are the answers to the question, how can I prototype? How can I show my prototype? And yeah, can you go to the next page?
Well, now we have social innovation. And well, what's social innovation? This is the way in which you can innovate in your project. It's the way in which we transform past ideas into new ideas. So could you go to the next one, please? For doing this, we are going to ask what has already been done and what has never been done. And for example, when you identify what has already been done, then we identify it's what's not working in this solution, and then we change it. And when we find or identify what has never been done, well, we do it. And basically, this is like a sum up of social innovation. So yeah, could you go next, please? Now, contrast with reality. Well, as we said before, it is very important to be close with the community so that we can have a real solution that helps them in reality in their problems. So that first we have our idea, we think about the problem, and then we have to go to the community and see how it is reflected in the people, because it is necessary to know their perspective, since these people are the ones which are going to give us feedback. And not only that, because we have to try to merge them into our project so that they work side by side with us. So that's basically contrast with reality. Now,
Okay, so it's my turn. I believe I didn't present myself in the beginning, so I'm Katia Duran, and we're a team from Mexico. So excuse my English or our English if something sounds like silly or something, but yeah. So after all of this, it is important to do a background check, right? Our project needs to have like a solid base, so the future of it is you know great. So why is it important for our project? It avoids repetitiveness, right? Maybe if you look up your main idea, you realize that someone else has already done something very similar, and it can sound quite repetitive, right? Like in your area or something, and maybe there is already a team with a similar project. So if this is the case, you can then learn from experience, right? You can investigate what their process was, what the outcome, was, and also what problems they faced. Because this way you can, not go through the same path, and then like innovate better. Then know your window of opportunity. So since you already know, like, okay, this organization or this team or this, enterprise, whatever, they already made a similar idea of our project, regarding this topic or this subcategory of, global warming or the environment, whatever topic your project is. So then you can know, okay, but there are many ideas regarding I don't know, a prothesis of this type of thing, etc. So then you can know like where you can go from this. How is it done? You need to do your research. Okay, first you need to question your main idea. And this I phrase it in a way that it's like, okay, you Google your like literally like a prothesis of blah blah blah, and you literally read every, well, not every article, but like many articles so you can get like a general idea. And then you use the 5 Ws and 1 H, which is something that they teach you sometimes in elementary school, that is like the who, what, when, why, where, or when, and the how. These could help you get a more general theoretical framework, if you will. I mean, that sounds like homework, but it's like you need to do an investigation so you know what has been done before and what can be done. And then after you do your investigation, you document your findings. Because what is the point if you don't have the information at hand when you need it, right? So yeah, it is important to do a document. And if you see the next slide, please, you see the 5 Ws and 1 H that I was telling you about. And this is very important for your investigation. You can do like what has been done, where has it been done, like your project or your idea, when, why. And my favorite questions are like, what should be done? What else can be done? Okay, because maybe you can get brand new ideas that didn't even cross your mind at the beginning, but since you did a background research, now it is very like of use, the information, right? And yeah, I believe that's it. And you document your findings. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, one of the most important things is like to do it on the effective way. What is the effective way? It's a methodology that it's cadence and sustainability by asking us, do I really embrace and live the problem that I'm trying to solve? Why is it important to ask us this thing? Because you can hardly solve a problem that you are not living. Like I cannot do a project that, I don't know, that helps trash on the beaches because I live in a state that it's 4 hours far from the nearest beach. I cannot do a project that helps I don't know, the fishes on the sea because it's not a problem that I live day by day. You know what I mean? What it's a problematic or a problem that I live every day and that the people of my community lives every day. It can be like insecurity, robberies, public transport, and something like that. So yeah, that's why it's important to make projects with problematics that are near to us. And because if you try to solve a problem that it's not yours, at the beginning you're gonna be like, yeah, so excited by solve it, and you're going to work every day, but the projects are a good project, makes them the prototype like it lasts. You know what I mean? It's not like I work and tomorrow I have the final prototype. It's a launch process. So in this process, if you have like other priorities, or if you have school, if you don't have enough time to keep with the prototyping or with the project, you're going to leave it because it's not your problem, and because it's not your priority. When it is a problem that you leave, it will be your priority, and no matter what happens, you are going to keep working on that. And yeah, that's the effective way.
Yes, thank you. So the last slide is the solutionism. So it's the fake idea that we have that the project or that we are going to develop is going to solve the matter at hand, which is totally not realistic. Oh, sorry for the noise. Okay, well, then so we need to know our not know our limits, but know that we need to have like a specific goal that doesn't fall into that idea of like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna erase a world hunger or whatever, but instead doing, okay, well, I know this community. I know that they need this, and that. So maybe our project can be focused in this matter so they can get the help that they need, right? Here it says you can't fully solve a problem you don't face, which is what my friend Dylan was saying, that sometimes if you don't connect with that problem, it is more difficult that the project will bloom or continue in the long run, because since you don't face that problem, since you're not living it, maybe you don't feel the need to continue it, so you're gonna leave it you're gonna leave it aside or whatever. So if you identify a problem in your surroundings and you say like, okay, well, I live this problem, so maybe I can do something about it. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Hi, sorry for the delay. We're Team 3990, and today we're going to show you how to do analyzing progress and results. So when completing a project, the first thing that you want to do is to be able to look at the goals that you want to analyze. So within the first community, the goals that you may want to analyze and the goals that your main goal would be mainly to be able to spread robotics to others. So you need to find a project that make sure to envision that as a first goal. Now, when you complete a project, you also need to look at the things you need to analyze, like, for example, the statistics, the feedback, and the general experience. For the stats, you need to know the amount of people that are going to be working on the project and the amount of people that are going to do the project, the budget that you will need. Now, obviously, it differs from team to team, but you need to make sure that the money that you're going to spend into a project is worth and is efficient towards your budget. And you also need to look at the time that is both spent doing and creating the project and the time that other people take to be completing the project. The second thing that you need to analyze is the feedback. Talking about the feedback, I'm saying that you need to look at the activity when it's completed, if people like it, is it something that they would be willing to do again? And the third thing that you really need to analyze is the general experience. Again, is it something that the team might want to do? Was it easy to do? Was it something that they were able to do efficiently?
So the question that you need to ask yourself while analyzing. So first question is, how did you make an impact on your targeted audience? So first of all, you need to look at your targeted audience. Was it teen, adults, kids? Robotic teams tend to reach the younger generation because they're the future of robotic, but you can also do activities with adults like your sponsors. So the impact is they love your project, so we can look at the feedbacks to know more about it, and they learn something about yourself or your community. And also they help the robotic cause or just another cause that you're working for. Second question is your project realistic with your time frame? So did your project respected your deadlines or even the time that it took to make the project? Is your project up to date with today's society? This one is for the teams that takes inspiration from old project. So did you updated your project with today's technology and the society changes? The audience always prefer to learn about new technology, So you can take that point. Is the energy spent versus the result ratio reasonable? So let me explain energy spent. It's the people that you put on that project, the time that it took, the energy that you used, and the money that the project cost you. Was it all reasonable to the result that you get, so that you got, so the impact and the audience that you got? It's depend on each team, so you really want to look at that data. How did you promote your team during and before the project? So it's really important to post on social medias, maybe talk about it in other activities, make posters, make speeches. It can really help you improve the number of people that are going to be in your future project and to help you in your community. Does your audience have a way to support you? So you really want to give them your social medias information, or if you're searching for money, like make sure to give them that they give you money. It can help you make a bigger impact and also gives purpose to your project, and also people will remember your robotic team and support you. All of that bring us to the last question, that is, what mistake were made during the execution of the project? So did you waste money? Did maybe the people didn't love your project? Was your project organized? Was it clear? Did you respected your timeline, your deadlines? But of course, there are a lot of factors that can make a project fail, so these are just examples. After that, you really want to adapt your project to make it more useful and so that you can finally reach your goals and make a bigger impact. But of course, if your project was successful, you can either repeat it or try to surpass the goal that you set at the beginning.
So what you're going to want to do after you've done this analysis, yeah, that slide. So you're going to want to take notes. So what we recommend is that you set a meeting with your team and you just look back on the project that you've done, the data, the statistics, and every question that we had on the last slide. And you're going to want to compile everything that went well and that didn't in a do's and don'ts list. So the name speaks for itself, but in the do's side of the list, you're going to write everything that you should do again, everything that went well, everything that you think might be useful in the future. And in the don'ts list, you're going to write everything that went badly, some inconvenience, even if it was things that you hadn't planned. It's things that still happen. So you really want to put those in the don'ts list so that you know what to expect for future projects. So this is really a tool that you can use in the future. So you really want to look back on projects to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes. So the sections that we recommend you guys use or at least look at, if you can go back to the last slide, yeah, are the following three. So planning, organization, and execution. So how did you plan your project? How did you plan the costs, the people that were working on it, the time frame? How did you organize all of this? Organization is mostly how you separated the work, the sub teams, how you planned things. They sort of go together. And the third one is impacted a lot by the last two, because a project that didn't have appropriate planning or organization will not be executed well. But in execution, you really want to put anything that you might not have planned, some things that went well that you did instinctively, or some things that went badly that you had not planned in the past. So now, to help you understand how to really do an analysis, we're going to show you a concrete example, which is school workshops. And just so you know, all the data is made up. It's just so that you guys can understand how this works.
So let's say, for example, your activity that you're doing your project is a school workshop. The first thing that you're obviously going to do is establish goals within the main goal of being able to spread robotics to others. Your first goal in here, in this example, your first goal is to be able to host 4 workshops before Christmas. Your second goal would be to be able to reach an approximative of 400 students, which is like 100 students per workshop. And your third goal would obviously be able to minimize the cost. So after you've established those those three goals, you do a workshop and you come back to analyze. Now, after one workshop, you were able to reach 115 students, which is amazing because you aimed for 100 and you were able to reach more. You didn't have to buy any material, which means that you were able to do your third goal, which is minimize the costs. But unfortunately, the activity was a bit too complex and the students were not able to complete it in a time frame of an hour. Now, with those informations, with this outcome, what is it that you can do to change around, to make the experience better? What is it that you can do for this activity, for the next workshop, to be better?
So the modification that are necessary are first to simplify the activity because the kids didn't make it in the original time frame, which was an hour. So you need to simplify the activity or maybe change the targeted audience, like go for kids that are older. But to change the activity, you can look back at the feedbacks to know what aspect of the project went well. You also need to adjust your time frame or the frequency of your workshop because you only have 5 weeks to make three other workshop until your deadline. And if you continue at that pace, you will pass your deadline. So you can tighten the time between your workshop, and that probably will cause you some problems. Or you can just take one workshop out and make three instead of four. But of course, it depends on each team, so you need to look at what you're gonna do.
So on the left of the screen, we have an example for a do's and don'ts list. This one is very shortened since it's an example and also it's only one workshop that has been done. But as you can see, we try to put some broad points like simply interactive teaching method because you can see that in future projects it's going to be more useful and you're going to be able to apply that to any sort of project that goes in the same that has the same essence, if that makes sense. So if in future workshops, even if you don't do the same exact activity, you're going to be able to reuse those. So as you can see, I'm not going to name all of them, but you can see different aspects of it, how you planned it, how you separated the work, and what went well and what didn't. So you really just want to look back at that quickly and just write it down to make sure you don't forget that. Thank you.
So hello, I am Shaked. I am from Team 5614, Team Sycamore. We are from Israel. And yes, today we are going to talk about how we are measuring impact. So before we do that, we just want to ask you if someone wants to tell us what impact is in how their team see impact, and yes, what is impact?
No, thank you. Anyone? No, so I guess we can just continue. So, before we actually talk about how we measure impact, we're going to talk about how impact comes through in our team. So the first way that impact comes through in our team is entrepreneurship. So really initiating new projects and starting various activities is like a very important factor for us regarding impact, because through all of our various activities that we start, we expose more and more people and more communities to this world of robotics and STEAM.
Okay, do you hear me well? All right. So helping others. Our goal is to help others, to make an impact on others. Like when we go to schools, seniors, clubs, hospitals, and more, we aim to help others. And this is impact.
We also want to influence others. We want to expose more and more people, like they said. We want them to be engineering. We want them to want to know more about the robotics and about science and technology, and we want to influence them.
So obviously, when talking about impact, a very important factor is making a change. So I can give an example as to how we make a change. So one of the various communities that we reach through our activities is kids with special needs. So we expose the kids with special needs for the first time to this world of robotics and STEAM, which obviously made a really significant change in their lives, because we expose them to a completely different topic that they've never experienced before. And we really hope that this change that we make in people will go along with them for the rest of their lives.
Okay, so I will continue, Shaked. To be exposed to different populations. So we want to be exposed to different populations like children, elderly, toddlers, in order, to impact as much people as we can. Like, I don't know, like children with special needs, children in schools, kindergartens, and more. All right. Hi, Shaked, she's back.
So community activity, let's learn now how we measure impact. First of all, in the community activities, we want to know the numbers of communities we impacted. If it's in hospitals, it's a community. If it's schools, and we want to know the numbers of communities we reached. Also, we want to know in every activity how much participants were in those activities. And for that, we want to know the variety of those participants. Like if we were in 6 schools, we sum up how much kids were in those 6 schools. If you can. Also, we measure impact in mentorship and community expansion. We first of all want to know the number of teams we have started and mentors, and also to know the numbers of team we assisted. And with that, we want to know how much communities we exposed to the first program and to our team Sycamore, and yes.
Okay, so global reach. So how we measure it? First of all, the feedback from the teams or the communities we collaborate with. If I'm working with team from, I don't know, Brazil in project for children with special needs. So I hear the feedback about the activity, and I know from this if it's good or bad, or where the change needs to be. And the impact they have on their religions. If I do with them activity and they do in their religion, in their schools, this is a success. And this is how I measure the impact in their religion, in their activities, and in their team. So we talked in this seminar about measuring impact, how we measure it, if it's with communities, number of people, variety of communities that we reach them. And I think that's it. Thank you.
So I believe that was the end of all presentation. So we're here to, as I said, guide you. And if you guys have any questions, please don't feel any hesitation to ask us. And I'm going to stop recording right now. So if you have any concerns about that,